I recently saw a clip on Instagram where a young kid was comparing you to Nas and saying that you got
that's my young boy.
big
right there.
hits.
He's wild.
Yo, he looked to you. He learned how to wear the BB Simon belt from you. He got his swag. Like, how crazy is that? Because in my era, you know what I'm saying? Nas is like a god.
In my era too. I mean,
so to be compared,
let me
that young kid out.
He was young and we loved that he loved Jim Jones. I want you to break it down.
Let's break this down. I admired Nas, but remember Nas' first record, The Barbecue, came out when I was in 11th grade.
Yes.
So Nas was my idol when I was young. Like you did, came to dressing, the wordplay, the music, everything. I was a superior Nas fan. Period. I'd never take that away from him. But then as I got in the game, you got to realize that your rivals would be idols, and not to take anything away from that. I developed my own style and my own lane that these kids start to gravitate towards the same way I gravitated towards Nas when I was younger and things like that. It's a whole different generation. We talking about 94, 93. I was in 11th grade. Nigga, it's 2025. There's a big gap there, you know what I mean? And I want people to understand that. So when Shorty's telling people that, yeah, he's 20-some years old, that goes to show the part of the era that he's in, that I came into light and started going crazy, that these kids love me. They don't really know who Nas is. If he's 22, he's born in 03.
Not all of them. Some of them know. But
you know what I mean?
A lot of them don't.
Yes.
But it's the era.
Some music.
No,
there's some kids that.
No, I love that.
There's some kids that love hip hop.
20, so I mean,
but he's your son.
He's your son.
He's your son.
No, but he knows.
My son can't tell you one Nas record. You heard? Like, let's keep it a buck here.
Yeah, but
like, let's keep it a buck. You heard? Let's keep it a buck because you'll bring it up. There must be some type of misconception or what's that word? When it comes to Jim Jones and what Jim Jones have done in this game. A lot of these rappers...
We made them take the darkies off.
A lot of these rappers have done a tremendous job, and I take nothing away from them. But they forget, I got a hell of a catalog. Me, Jim Jones, myself. Gold records, platinum records, gold albums, platinum albums. No, me, Jim Jones. No diplomats, no nobody else. Me, Jim Jones. Check my track record. Then check everybody else's track record. Then go to the billboards and check all my entries. Then check all them niggas' entries and shit like that. And I'm not taking nothing away from nobody. But I hear the comparisons and the niggas be trying to act funny when it comes. No, I've been spanking a lot of this shit. I'm talking about the industry. I've been putting on. So let's not get into that where we get into numbers and I got to show you the statistics of what I've done. You heard to what other people was done. You heard them. If you want to go to the billboard entries, pull up Nas' billboard entries, then pull up my billboard entries.
Listen, we can't compare the two. What I'm trying to tell you is
I want to go there. I want to go down the line now, because now we going down the line. He's a rapper and I'm a rapper.
Listen,
let's go statistically.
It feels great.
No, but I want to go statistically, because when people be like,
I feel the same way. We all feel the same way.
And forget about the numbers. You heard? My numbers back up.
Let me step up to the forefront. Us in the music of hip-hop culture have a problem, is a thing. And there's nothing, the world goes off numbers, but in hip-hop, we don't pay enough homage to those before us the correct way. And sometimes it's even myself. So it gets... No other genre of music fucking, I don't even know who to use.
Yeah, but you gotta understand, hip-hop is like basketball.
Jelly Roll's never gonna say that about...
Hip-hop is like basketball. John Morant get on the court with LeBron, he's going to kill LeBron. So this is what this is about.
Any song, any of that shit is murder,
This is what this is about.
That don't got nothing
there's nothing that could, there's never, is me, putting me up against anybody, I'm taking me every time.
You're supposed to.
Okay,
every
but
time,
let me say something though, Jim.
In every category, I get busy.
You started off saying you grew up watching Nas. The only problem,
I didn't take that away from
the only situation I'm saying now to you, right? There is no situation.
I always tell people that
kids should
story.
worship you.
You fucking started.
No, I'm not doing this. I did not know it was going there.
Because you're really friends with him.
He gonna be mad at you.
Not me. I don't know him. You heard?
Oh, he's a beautiful guy.
I understand
That's my
that.
brother.
No, he's a
But he
beautiful
gonna be
guy.
mad at y'all. Well,
I'm not
bring my
mad at
name
me.
up in that conversation, bro. Like,
He
come
just
on,
asked
bro.
you
Yeah, but
about
we didn't
something.
know all that.
What he
We
do
always-
all the time, something
Alright,
he
gonna
saw on
put
the
me-
internet
You're not
that
gonna
he
mention
didn't
me
have to
next to
ask.
nobody. I'm not gonna talk
You
my
didn't
shit.
have to do that.
I'm a
Rap.
pop mines
It's
every
your
time. You
fault.
heard?
Can we go?
I just
Can we
told
go?
the people
Good audio.
you're not doing
You heard?
none of that. And
I'm
what
looking.
did he do?
Good
He went
audio.
over there and
You
did-
heard?
Listen.
Niggas don't even know about the audio.
Can we
you heard?
talk? Can
You
we
heard?
talk? Can we talk
Yeah,
about?
do it.
All right. I love this interview, although it was very painful. It was at a tough time. When I seen you, I don't forget where it was at, if it was Hot 97 or something, where you were just saying, yo, you a family man, you never made no excuses, even when you went through tough times. You know, you took care of your family. They never knew you was going through tough times. I applaud you with that interview. I feel like that's one of them classic interviews that stands out to me in hip hop music. Do you feel like after that interview now, do you feel like that's what you was talking about? Like, I'm gonna fight my way back to the top and I feel good right now about where I'm at in the world? Because I love that interview.
Well, that interview was just a testament of where I was at the time and the things that I knew I had to do in order for me to progress. And
Think he brought the temperature back down.
I mean,
I don't want to hear that shit. I got you. I'm
I
talking
switch
to
this shit off and on, you heard? I got different characters I gotta play. We talk about the sport and I'm gonna go hard, you heard? We talk about
Yeah, but let's talk
successful
about
shit. But that's
that
how
interview and the passion you had behind
I
that.
still got the same passion as you can see. You heard? I'm a passionate brother. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I cry a lot of shit like that. I'm very emotional. So when people talk about me, I gotta stand up for me because nobody else gonna stand up for me, as you see. You heard? I fight all my battles on my own. I take losses and I take my wins the same way. You heard? The same smirk, just like this. Yeah, let's get this correct, because you know, and the media stretch this shit so many different ways. When they see me get excited, I get excited because I'm a very passionate person. Everybody knows this, and as a man, when you talk about me, I'm always gonna pick me first. But as a fan, I'm one of the biggest fans of Nas. I know one of his albums word for word, back and forth. Like that was my era when I was first coming outside and things like that. Nas had wrote the playbook for how we was running the streets and things like that. He also dressed the way we was running the streets back then and things like that. And not to take him away from my Harlem niggas, but Nas had a hold on us and shit like that when we was younger and things like that. The same way Pac had a hold on us. But for New York City, he came with a whole different flavor and a different cadence at the time that was well needed. It switched from what we heard in Big Daddy Kane to a whole nother way of hustlers was talking and rhyming and things like that. And everybody understood that. Like, yo, he would, like, I can never take away anything that he's done in the game. I can't, you heard? And that's not it. But as a competitive man, that's all I'm doing is popping my shit. And this is what hip hop is about. But for the most part, I got no problem with Nas. Shouts to Nas, shouts to all them guys.
Who's most
like that.
influenced you now that you said that from growing up artists? Who's been, so you could, even to this day, name some artists
Some of
that
the
you love
most
their
that I love?
music or whatever, yeah, whatever.
Rakim,
Definitely.
Nas, Big Daddy, KRS-One,
No Cool G?
Cool G. I'm going down the line now. I'm going down the line. You're gonna make me go.
Nah, but that's good shit, though.
You know what I mean? Like, and you one of the few people that persevered from the Cool G era to now. Like that's you dig. Like you dig. Like you gotta always remember that. I don't know if you ever sit down and think about that. Like, yo, we've been watching you for a long time and things like that. And put on
LL, Buster, and Fat Joe.
Who else?
Got a lot of.
It's a lot of. It's bro. I'm a hip hop baby. I used to watch Ralph McDaniels every day after school. I want to see every bit of videos, everything. I want to see all of that. You heard? Like I knew everything about that. You heard? Like
that channel. You had to turn.
Yeah,
that was
like,
still the fatback TV.
Yeah, you had to fix the back, and then you go. It was 13. You had to turn to 13. You had to turn to 13.
You 31. You had to put it on 13.
Yeah.
They don't know about that.
They don't know about that. Yeah, that's Coleco Vision Day.
You got Janet Jackson at her prime.
Was it her prime?
Okay, yeah, she was six-packed up and all that at that time. There was a Janet that went crazy at one point that she became the baddest. I know that.
Since good times.
Can I say, can,
She was in her prime forever.
you caught her at the time she went crazy, right? And
I don't know.
let me
I think
ask
she went
you.
crazy before that.
Let me ask you a question. Well, if she went crazy before that, it was enough to make you say, "Let me holler."
Yeah.
Right? The confidence to holler at Janet. Well, I don't know
Did you
because
just hear on the act? Did you just hear what he said he did from 12?
no, I understand. It's Janet Jackson. No,
It's
I'm talking about Penny.
Dupree.
Okay, well, you got the confidence I ain't got. Now let me ask you a question. You ever got checked by?
Confessions.
Can I say something?
Joe Fortify.
See, I tell you, he's on his shit on this interview,
Because I
right?
can't let you get away with this shit today.
This ain't that, and that ain't this. It's cracking kiss. Michael Jackson never pulled you on the side and said, "Yo, you dating my sister?" You know, did you? So he never he don't get involved in his sister's love life.
Nah, but Jackie, I think Jackie did. And then
Jackie wanted to smoke a lady.
I mean, they just let me know
No,
like
I mean somebody.
but at the same time
Somebody fucking with your sister, you
and-
most like. I used to sit in front of my sister with a baseball bat. She hated me my whole life. Guy come to visit her, and I'm sitting right in Forest Projects with a baseball bat, looking at the dude like they had no time
Before
to
you even
kiss,
met him,
hug,
though, huh?
anything.
before you even met him, huh?
I don't give a fuck. At that time, I was one of them crazy Puerto Ricans. So you was like, yo, I'm dating this chick. This is a crazy Puerto Rican nigga with a baseball bat
front of the
staring at me. No, at the house. You know, yo, miss, can I come visit your daughter? I'm sitting there with the baseball. My sister never got over that from me. You know what I'm saying? Because it was whack. It was whack. So he never stepped to you like that.
Nah, but in the house you have to pick a side though. Between Michael and Janet at that particular
That's how
time.
it was?
Yeah, you had to pick a side. Like if you was on the Michael side or you was on the Janet side. And
So
if
there
you
was family competition.
yeah, of course,
split.
100%. Just imagine if it
100%.
was 6 Jermaine Duprees. We had fuck Atlanta up.
So that shit was like control.
So like Jackie, me and Jackie, we hit it off. Jackie told me, he was like, you know, we the first niggas in LA with Ferraris. And I'm like, what? You have to think about that.
Oh, that's what he said.
Yeah, just think
Oh,
about
that's a fact though.
it. Nah, but I'm just
They
saying,
was
you
the
can't.
first niggas in LA to ever have with Ferrari.
Black,
So the
black
Jacksons,
men.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They was the first
be
black
riding
This
niggas
around.
to
fucking,
have
they the
any-
first alien in the living room, bro. These guys, you leave it to us. Anything they did, we
100%.
believe.
Yeah, for sure. So I mean, you have to, you know, he's just breaking it down for me. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, you didn't know that.
Nah, I
That's
didn't know
why I'm telling you, it took a lot of cojones to step to Janet Jackson. When the world heard Jermaine Dupri was dating Janet
He
Jackson,
was like this. Yeah.
you know how many motherfuckers was like, yo, I wish I had the heart to talk to her. Yo, Raul Recipes always told me J-Lo gave him a look one time. We were shooting a video with Jada. He would tell me all the time, I'm like, shut the fuck up. She ain't look at you, nigga. You fucking lying.
But by the way, that's all it
She
takes.
looked at me.
That's all it
I'm
takes.
telling you, I respect it because of you. I said, J-Lo did not look at you, Raul. And he really, he went to his grave with that story.
It's probably
He
true,
really
though.
believed
It's
that
probably
shit.
true, though.
He probably gave him a
It's probably true. That's why I said the money ain't thing. She look, she go. It's bye-bye.
She look, she go.
For sure.
Bye-bye.
You ain't got to say no more.
Yeah.
I mean, damn.
I live by that today. She look, she go.
That's it.
That's what it is.
She look, she go.
It's a wrap.
No, we had Jim Jones up
Yeah,
here.
y'all ain't say
This is where
nothing.
that shit started
Y'all
out.
just let him keep talking.
No.
You see what he said, Kiss?
Nah, they tried.
He's on my side. You let him keep talking.
What
I
you want me
wanted
to
to
do?
stop.
Stop him? I tried to stop him. The man kept talking. We tried.
I try. Like Josh song with Lil
Listen.
I try.
Let me tell you something. I realized that man was determined to do that. And he waited for any. If we would have said Serena Williams or Venus, he would have said, "Yo, I'm better than Nas." Like he just was waiting for them eyes.
You brought up the little guy that did the comparison.
And what I would have said, and what I would have said was, "Hey, it's an honor to be compared with the rap god." Any normal
What I
person.
would have said is nothing about what that little kid.
We have a whole new segment called Delusional Records out here.
You invented
And
it
we're gonna-
with that episode.
This shit out of control out here. Like you a guy like you've been there since the Fresh Fest. You got Instagram. You see some of this shit sometimes, and you just like, yo, this shit.
I mean, it happened to me every day because it's like a lot of the things that I lived through as a child or whatever, it ain't around no more. So it's hard for people to even grasp what I'm talking about, right? It's like it's a poster.
That's why shows like this is very important.
Like it's a poster in my studio that's a crisscross poster, and it says, you know, on tour with Michael Jackson. And people come in there and they like,
I didn't know that happened. Yeah.
Crisscross went on tour with Michael Jackson. Like I wrote it up there. Like I did. Like this actually happened.
Yo, you want to know what's crazy is? I think if they did a movie of anybody who had interactions of any kind with Michael Jackson, I would tune in every day. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm so intrigued by MJ. That's why I asked you if he said it. You got any ill stories with MJ?
He was Michael Jackson at all times, though. At all times. Michael Jackson was Michael Jackson at all times.
So even behind the scenes.
How'd you get Crisscross on tour with? How the fuck did?
No, he wanted him on tour with him. He wanted.
Oh,
that's
he called for?
He wanted. I mean, you know, we was all on Sony,
Yeah.
but you know, Jump was huge, right? It was just a big record, and Mike he liked rap, but people ain't. You know, what I mean, they wouldn't really find. They didn't know that that's what he was into, and he was like that song. Them kids, they got it, and he took them on tour. And we was having this argument about it because I don't think it's nobody else that rap that's ever opened for Michael Jackson besides Crisscross.
No. I remember Heavy D with Janet Jackson. I remember Biggie had to join with Mike, but nobody did that. You know, I got a crazy story. I don't know if it's mine to tell, but my man 5001, God 5001.
He got that budget for that, right? 70,000, some kind of crazy budget, and it never came out or some shit.
God 5001. Rodney Jerkins calls him. Shout out to Rodney Jerkins, Hall of Fame, legend. All that brandy, all that. So he tells him, yo, come to the studio. I got an important customer for you. I can't tell you who. So guy goes to Sony studio or something. He got his little notebook with him. He about to take the measurements. It could have been anybody. He said he went to the bathroom and he told Poppy. You know, Poppy cut up all the shit. Right?
Poppy.
So he told Poppy, we're gonna meet somebody famous. It's like Chef. If I would have told you, but I don't know. He was like, we're gonna meet somebody famous. Calm down, Poppy. Don't get too excited. He didn't know who. So he said he went to use the bathroom and he was about to piss. And the biggest guys opened the bathroom door and was like, they looked and all the shit. They was like, all right, you can come in, it's safe. And Michael Jackson walked in. God 5001 pissed on himself. He said he pissed on himself. And he had the fucking pad in his hand, like trying to cover. He was like, Poppy, let's go. Poppy, let's go. He never got to measure MJ and then he pissed on himself and fucking ran out of there. Poppy, let's go. Poppy was like, yo, what happened? I thought he was like, no, we gotta go. I don't know what the fuck I'd have did if I met Michael Jackson. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know what all I could tell you is Michael Jackson, the day he died, I had to pull the truck over. I was in the Bronx. And I start crying for like an hour.
Do you remember, if you remember vaguely, it did mad shit. When Mike died, it stormed, rained, hail, or we was on my block under the thing. It's like he was talking to the heavens. It did all type of shit.
I'm going to tell you a Cap story right now. And nobody's going to believe me if you wasn't tuned in. The Taliban took a day off for MJ. I'm telling you. It was on CNN. In Pakistan. Yo, I'm trying to tell y'all.
Oh my God.
Let me hear this. I gotta hear you out, my brother.
I'm just trying to tell you because I'm not sure if everybody. I'm a CNN head. Whether they lied and it was propaganda or whatever it was, when MJ died, they said that the Taliban took a day off and they had them dancing around a boombox in the mountains. The Taliban was in there trying to do the Michael Jackson.
Yo,
Yo,
what are you?
MJ was the biggest shit in the world ever
my
created.
God, yo, oh Jesus Christ!
He made the Taliban take a day off. It's crazy.
CNN said the Taliban took a day off and they had them doom, 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 dancing around the box. I'm telling you. Listen,
I will say this though. When I talk about like being on tour, Michael, it's hard for me to even have a conversation with people because they don't actually even like want to believe what I saw, right? Like, you know, like Chris Brown, right? He got the thing where he's on the thing, he flying over.
oh no, he flying through the air.
Yeah, Michael had a jetpack that he used to put on at the end of Billie Jean, and he flew out the stadium and left.
No cap.
You saw it. You saw it.
Look, see?
Stop fucking. Why you believe him? You don't believe me.
He was there. Like
You horrible, man.
He was there.
I'm not gonna lie, I seen it.
They got shit to me.
My man, hold up, my Dominican man, my brother Omega Fuerte. The man Omega was the biggest like reggae.
So you seen it before, right?
I'm telling you, he showed me it. He came to the studio in Miami. Omega was big, but he dissed the Dominican government. They don't let him come over here no more. He came to U.S. He thought he was the first guy to say, I'm never going back. So he used to come in my studio all the time, Lamborghinis, Ferrari. Omega's the first big, like, I don't want to say it, but he was like a Bad Bunny at that time, right? Selling out Madison Square Garden. So he came one day and showed me that shit on YouTube or something, and he said he was going to do it. He said, I'm doing the stadium. I'm going to fly out the stadium. He said, you see Michael Jackson? He's flying out the stadium. He showed me the shit.
Where did he land at?
He went back. It went back to the backstage, and the car was back there waiting. He was gone.
Who fuck taught him how to do that?
I actually don't believe it was him. You know what I mean? I'm like, this is a little dangerous. But
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I
every
ain't
show,
got Mike
Yo.
going over the thing.
I'm not going to lie to you. God bless Chris Brown trying to die on that thing. He not just flying in the air. He's like, you ever seen like little kids diving in a pool trying to crack their head? Like, you be like, oh, like every time. This guy's flying in the air doing flip, like 100 miles per hour, Chris Brown. Like he believe in them wires or whatever he doing on that shit. Cause he test the speed. I dare you test the speed of him and anybody else who did that shit. Chris Brown is doing it on stage. Like I swear to God, I look at it and I be like, yo.
Yeah, but he has to go that fast to get across this. It's a stadium. It's too big.
Man, I ain't doing none of that shit. Let's go to the Brat. I love the Brat. That's my sister. Let's go to the Brat. Let's go to the Brat. First female to sell 1 million records.
Yeah.
Rapper.
So the Brat situation was
How do you find the Brat from Chicago?
Chicago to the A?
Yeah. So Brat met Criss Cross when they was on their second tour. Yeah, they was on another tour. After they went on tour with Michael Jackson, they was on another tour. Right? So they went on a tour and they had like, what's his name? Ed Lover and from all MTV Raps, right?
Dr. Dre.
Yeah, Dr. Dre and Ed Lover was like the host of the tour. And they had called people up on the stage and rap as an intermission between, I think MC Lyte and Criss Cross, right? Because they had put MC Lyte as the opening for them. And Brat
shout out to MC Lyte.
Shout out MC Lyte.
Her mom's just passed away. I love you, Lyte.
Yeah.
Love you.
Living legend.
Brat came on the stage and rapped, and I wasn't there. And they called me right after Light Skin Chris. I remember like yesterday. He called me, he was like, yo, this female rapper, she went crazy in Chicago. And I'm like, I don't care about no female rapper. Like, don't nobody like female rappers. This what I'm saying. Like, this wasn't no female rappers popping off besides Salt and Pepper. Like, and in like street fashion of us driving around, we weren't listening to no female rappers in our cars. Like, that just wasn't what's happening. So I just was like, nah. And I thought like, me messing with a female rapper was gonna be the first time that my little success story was gonna go wrong. Cause I was like, I just did.
You was on a roll.
Yeah, I just did Criss Cross, I did Escape, and I was, I was moving. And I was just like, nah, female rap, I can't do it. So, but he kept pushing me and I was like, all right, tell her to come to Atlanta. She came to Atlanta and she told me to come to the hotel and meet her. I went to the hotel and like to meet her, like have a conversation with her. And I'm like, I'm gonna take you to my house because this is where my studio was. So I'm driving her from downtown Atlanta to College Park. and I stop and get gas. I go in the gas station. I come back. She put her tape in the car while I was inside the gas station place paying. I came back, turned the car on, and the tape started going. And I'm like, who is this rapping? And it was her. And I was like, who is this rapping? And the way she was rapping on the tape, I was like, oh, shit.
She was not playing.
Nah, she wasn't playing. She was really rapping.
She was coming for it.
This wasn't the type of rap I thought this was. Like, she was really rapping. Like, really Chicago style, like Twister and all of that. Like, that type of shit. And I'm like, that's you? And she was like, yeah.
Also, you was producing, like, West Coast sounding beats for the Brat.
Yeah, but I hadn't started.
I didn't know what he was about to make.
I didn't know what I was going to do.
He did it, though.
Yeah, I didn't know what I was going to do. So I took it to my house. I'm like, I like you. I'm going to sign you. And honestly, Brat Project was like the hardest project for me because I couldn't find that thing yet. I would make a song and I play it for people and it was like, yeah, whatever. And then I just started paying attention to who she was. Like, she'd be outside my house and it was cold, so we'd like take all the water out of the swimming pool, and she'd go down in the swimming pool and smoke weed because she couldn't smoke in my house. So she was down in the pool smoking, and I started realizing like, oh, she a female like a little Snoop Dogg. Like, she smoked weed, like chain smoking before anybody, like really by herself. And I'm like, we should put this in the music. And I just started seeing like this was what was happening. It's and I mean, I'm influenced by what's going on in hip hop. So it ain't, you know what I mean? And I saw, I'm listening to Dre, I'm listening to what's going on, and I'm listening to Snoop. Snoop is doing his thing. And it was kind of like, it wasn't like, cause the first song we came out with wasn't funk. It was more or less like, it was the Isley Brothers. I just flipped sleeping between the sheets. But what I did was I started realizing that if you play the sample over, it gave you a different texture to the music. Dang. So when you start playing the music over, that's when people start thinking it was like West Coast music. But it wasn't West Coast, it was just In Between the Sheets, right? Because I remember we had In Between the Sheets, and then Biggie and them had Big Papa, right? And Big used to come to me all the time and be like, man, what did you do to your beat that's different than my beat? And he just had a sample. I had more, you know what I mean? I almost had like more
playing over that
different
shit.
things. I could take the bass out, I could do whatever I wanted to do because we played it over, right? And I think that's where people start, it was we ran with it because the song was called Funkified, but it was an Isley Brothers record.
That's it.
Oh, so funkified.
Yeah, and that's the first time I started rapping on, as far as people first time hearing me. And that's because I was in there writing the raps, and I was in there writing, and I was just playing around. Like, I playing around, I'm like, I'm gonna say this and you say this. And it started going, and it was like back and forth. And everybody that was around, it was like, y'all should do that. And I'm like, nah, I don't wanna rap. Right? I'm still trying to stick to just, I'm a producer. I'm going, I'm doing good. I'm not getting ready to start doing this. We're not getting ready to mess this up. Yeah. Right? But she was
that's
like,
around the time Suge Knight was like, you want producers in your video, rapping.
Nah, this was before that.
This was almost that.
He's fast-forwarding too much, right?
This was before that. So yeah, so we get to the Funkified come out.
I was there.
And this Brat record go crazy. Funkified record go crazy.
Too crazy.
And Brat album, she became the first female solo artist to have a platinum album.
That was crazy, man. Shout out to the Brat, her wife.
Y'all co-wrote that?
Yeah. Because that's when I started, you know what I mean? I was writing, but then I started remembering, like, you rap. I already knew what you know what I'm saying? So we just started figuring out our back and forth motion, right? And I write one part, and then she'll grab it and understand where I'm going, and then she'll just take it from me.
Tip told me Tiny wrote Scrubs.
Yeah.
A scrub is another.
Yeah. Her and Candy.
He said he was on the passenger side.
No. I'm sure. I'm sure.
That's crazy. Gag, kiss. I know I'm jumping all.
We
I got some
a beautiful conversation. This is very knowledgeable.
I'm with you, brother. I'm with you.
So then, like, I'm running around now with Brat, and I'm rapping. Funkified's big, so I'm performing with her everywhere we go, right? And I'm like, I still don't want to rap, but I'm writing more raps now because I'm hearing myself on the radio and I'm rapping. I'm starting rapping, and then all my friends like, Jada, you should make an album. And I'm like, nah, I don't want to make no album. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. But I start making like fake songs in the studio. Like I'd be writing a song and I'm thinking I'm gonna give it to somebody else, but I damn near finish the song. And my friends would start listening to it in the car and they're like, yo, you should make this a real song. One thing led to the next, to the next, to the next. And then I did my first album, Life in 1472.
You wanna know what's crazy is there's something going on down the other side of town. You got the Goody Bomb.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah,
you know what? I'm gonna let you control. Get you ask questions, man.
Are you not listening
Not
to
yet.
this, man?
Not yet.
You speeding ahead of time. You
So they're not
fast-forwarding
ringing off
history.
yet.
Not yet. Nah, not yet. This all like, you know.
How do I know this? And you older than me.
Yeah, this it seemed like that.
Buy
Though.
a couple of candles.
It seemed
kids.
like
We
that,
already
but
went
nah,
through
it
that shit.
wasn't like that.
You
Like,
gotta stop.
like it's an argument about that now. Like people don't understand. Crisscross came out before Outkast.
Facts.
I know that, but
Yeah,
I
but I'm
didn't
just
know.
saying, like-
I didn't know that Goody Bob and Rico Wade and the family they wasn't cooking up at
But
this.
that's what I'm saying. You got to think about it like
Because
that.
he in New York.
Crisscross came out before Outkast, so you got to think about where the stretch was, right? It's like this Crisscross and Outkast. So Goody Mob came out after Outkast, after Outkast success. Yeah,
You ain't know that?
yeah, you ain't know that?
No. I always thought the Goody Mob. That's why we learning. I always thought the Goody. People think I'm signed to Big Pun. You understand? Not there is people. I'm telling you. They asked me. I'm thinking Goody Mob birth Outkast.
Nah, no way.
Okay.
Outkast came out first.
Outkast was first.
Yeah, Outkast came out first, then Goody Mob.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. But that's after. Good timetable.
No, he was
King.
talking to you.
This
Cut
guy
him
got
off.
the
Yes,
whole fucking discography, huh?
so we went into this space of me start rapping, and me and Brat start doing like going back and forth, doing things, this, that, and the third, and we did the Sleeping in My Bed remix, right?
That shit was
And when
monster.
we did the Sleeping in My Bed remix. This was like the first song that New York had really ever
Grasped.
really embraced that I did. Now you gotta think from this whole time when I was staying here in New York,
Jesus.
I had
That ain't
sometimes left, and
true.
I took them to see Red. I took the record to Red Alert and Chuck Chill Out, and Chuck Chill Out was like, nah, this ain't nah.
Can't play this.
Take that country shit back.
Chuck still like that.
Oh yeah. So
You know, he ain't changed.
I always had this
Yeah,
thing where I
Chuck-
kept trying to
Chuck
get my
be
records
cursing
played in New
dudes
York.
out on the radio 2025.
Chuck still be doing that?
Yes. I listen
he
to
still
him
do
every
that,
week
EP?
on BLS.
Yeah, I like that.
He's
I
still
like,
cursing
I like
dudes
that.
out.
I like that. I
He
like
ain't
that.
never changed.
Yeah, but by the way, that made me want. That just made me just like, I gotta get a record in New York. Like I gotta get a record in New York. So I just kept. I wasn't thinking about Sleeping in My Bed being that record, but I always wanted a record that when I got to New York, I turn on Hot 97, I hear my music, right? So Sleeping in My Bed became like one of the hottest records in New York. Flex was playing it at the Tunnel. It was an R&B record. They weren't playing on R&B at the Tunnel, right? He was playing this. He's like, Jada, you gotta come to a party at the Tunnel. Sleeping in My Bed is going crazy, right? So Sleeping in My Bed going crazy. And then we had the photo shoot, The Great Day in Harlem. Remember
I
that?
was there.
With all the rappers out there. All of y'all was
I
out
got
there,
you
right?
looking like a baby on a fucking picture. That's in my store right now in the Bronx. You looking like a baby out there.
Yeah, so we come to New York and go to Harlem, do this, and then that's when I met Hov.
Confessions. Before I even get to Mariah, what was you and the staff? Shout out to B Cox. Shout out to everybody. What kind of zone? What did y'all set out to do? Because if y'all just say, yo, we about to cook up some shit and go diamond and take over every piece of the world, y'all accomplished that to the T. But I don't think that's what y'all did.
Nah. Well, I mean, we had 8701 first before
Yep.
Confessions, right?
Shout out to that.
And
that was definitely
so
that's
8701
yeah,
we
just
wrote
the top that.
You Got It
Great,
Bad.
yeah.
Real. So You Got It Bad, the success of You Got It Bad was just like was the beginning of it. Like it was like, okay, listen, we make after You Got It Bad success, we went back in the studio for Confessions. The mentality was that we had to finish off what we thought You Got It Bad did, right? So Usher was talking about a song, like he felt like his relationship was going through this situation. He wanted it to burn out. Like, just let it burn out. I'm gonna have to go through the pain. And he was telling me this. And I couldn't really grasp what he was saying because I had gone through that type of situation. But I was trying to, and I was trying to figure it out. And he told me this and then he left. And I sat there for a minute. I kept thinking about it. I'm like, let it burn, let it burn. And I kept saying like, oh, okay, when feeling nobody, I start trying to figure out what the words were. And then I got it. And I called him back. I said, I got it. I got the hook. So he came back to the studio and we did Let It Burn first. Right? We did Let It Burn first. And then he started saying he was going through this thing where he couldn't really work in Atlanta. Let's go to LA. And I'm like, nah, here we go. This is the bullshit. I thought this was
everybody go through a phase. You thinking he gonna block his own blessings, right?
I'm like, here we go.
Like,
I'm thinking about me because I'm like I want to be where I can grab all the records that I need, any ideas. It's all in my studio, right? For me, as far as being creative, I don't want to go nowhere because I know I'm gonna forget something. I'm gonna leave something or I can't find something. Right. So he like, let's go to LA. And I'm like, ah, shit, cool. I'm going, we go to Brandon's Way and we get out there and my man that was with me, he was talking to me about girls and side girls and relationships and this, that, and the third. And I just kept saying, that's all bad. Like everything you talking about is all bad. And Usher came to the studio and we started talking about some things, but then he left. And all I kept remember, he was like, yo, let's come back tomorrow. And I was like, man, nah, I can't let LA beat me. I get like a writer's block. I feel like I got a writer's block, basically. And, you know, it's really, really bothering me because I already felt like it was going to happen when I got to LA. So
Not to cut you off, that happens to me in LA. I can't just go there and go straight to the studio. I gotta cry. Some shit gotta happen. I don't got the same fluidity in the studio in LA that I got anywhere else. And I don't know what it is. It takes a while for me to I can't just go there and be Kiss off the rip.
So yeah, I never really successfully wrote in LA.
Never.
Me, myself. Yeah. Never hit one out the park in LA.
Yeah.
Like, I wrote shit there, but it wasn't.
Blackout was recorded in LA on X album. This is it right here, babe. That's probably
no. He was recording out there.
Verse. I'm talking about for me. One that on X album is the best I was able to.
So yeah, so I'm going through this thing and I'm struggling. So I'm like, I told the engineer, give me a copy of the beat. Cause we made the beat. Me and Because made the beat, and I think I know the beat right. I ain't got the words. I can't figure it out. And I'm thinking about saying stuff that I don't think Usher's gonna want to say, right? So I'm thinking like that, he ain't gonna want to do this because this ain't what his life is, right? He ain't going through this. So I'm like, but that's what I want to say. But I'm thinking like this ain't gonna work. So I take the beat and I get in the car. And I'm getting in the car, I'm riding down Melrose, and I'm thinking like
I swear I knew that.
I'm thinking like, shit, I ain't got the words. I can't. So I start thinking about Usual Suspect, right? Kaiser Soze was in the jail. Mm-hmm. He ain't had the words for the story. He just started looking for the words on the board and try to create the story. So I'm like, I'm going to try this. And that's what I've started doing. I'm looking at signs on Melrose, there's all kind of shit going, right? So I get to the light, I think on 3rd, and the Beverly Center's in front of me. And that's when I say, every time I was in LA, I was with my ex-girlfriend. Every time she called me, I told them, Gravy, I'm working. No, I was out doing my work. I was hand in hand in the Beverly Center like, man, not giving a damn who sees me. And I'm thinking like, oh, and I'm just grabbing this. Everything I see, I would have never said the Beverly Center in that song if the Beverly Center wasn't in front of me. I'm trying to do the Kaiser Soze shit, right? So as I get through that verse, I'm like, I got it. So everything I've been doing is all bad. I got a chick on the side with a crib and a ride. I've been telling you so many lies. Ain't nothing good. It's all bad. I just want to confess. And that's where confessions came from, when me saying I just want to confess all of this shit that I've been doing is bad. And we ain't have confessions. That if I wouldn't have said that I want to confess to you everything that I've been doing is bad. So it's like my time I'm saying, this is going to be the first R&B record where a nigga actually tell a girl, fuck it. Yeah. You ain't got to even ask. Yeah, I'm fucking her. This what I'm doing. I got a crib on the side, with a chick on the side with a crib in the ride. I've been telling you so many lies. Ain't nothing good. It's all bad. I ain't know where he was
that
going. I
feels
just
so good
felt
to
like
this day. That song feels so good to this day.
Oh,
That shit
man.
come on.
so. That was the beginning, right? That was the beginning. I had to drive all the way to Malibu because everybody had left the studio and I couldn't record. I had to memorize all of this.
Keep all that shit
Yeah, I had to keep going, right? So the next day, it's like we got to hurry up and get to the studio. So I put it down.
So you ain't write it down. You
No,
just kept
I'm
memorizing.
driving and writing in my head.
I forget too much.
So we get back, we do All Bad, and then Mark pitched like, well, what happened after this situation? What happened with the chick on the side? Then it hit me. It's like, oh damn, she got pregnant. This is like my real life, right? The chick on the side get pregnant. I know this story. I really know this story. I ain't even gotta write this, right? So that's when we like, okay, I'm like, shit, was this gonna be part 2? And part 2 became These Are My Confessions. And if we wouldn't have got to that, if we wouldn't have we did a part 2 of a song that never even came out.
Wow. So that was part 2
That's
to the part
it.
1.
Ooh.
That was the response.
Yeah.
And you ain't even do the first one.
Well,
yet.
we did it, but it didn't come out. LA didn't put All Bad on the first. He didn't put it on the album. He put it on the, on the repackage.
You naming some big names, right? So you saying L.A. Reid, you saying Mark Pitts. Who decides what comes on the album?
L.A. Reid on LaFace. I mean, at that time, Arista, that was his. That's his.
He'd be like, I want this, I want that.
Shot caller.
That's his job. That's what he's doing, and that was his space. Like L.A. Putting the albums together.
Crazy
That was his
because I
space.
just saw like a old interview with R. Kelly, and he said he would do like 100 songs and listen to all of them and pick out the 12 on the album. Like, you know how hard that shit had to be?
Yeah.
To like, there's probably some gems left on the floor, right?
But that's what I'm saying. Like I never even understood why LA didn't even put both versions. He ain't put All Bad. And I'm like, what's crazy is that people gonna listen to this and they're hearing the second story. They don't even know where it came from. But I couldn't figure. I couldn't figure out how it worked.
Genius.
Yeah, it was.
It was like crazy genius.
Yeah.
So I
So
think
that was the beginning of Confessions.
I think Big Pun,
If
right?
you think about it, though, JD, that's how movies. Sometimes they make you watch the movie backwards.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
And he was ill. He said he did the Kaja Sosa. He had writer's block, so he was
around,
looking at
grabbing
signs.
shit.
It was
Yeah,
like
that's it.
driving
That's
around
genius.
and
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I think, but you ain't got it. You know what I mean? Like if you under pressure, that's all I remember about that movie is that dude was in the, in the jail. The dude asking him questions and he's under pressure.
made a whole story with it.
Yeah, he just looking at stuff and he like, oh.
That's crazy.
And if you could put it together and make it sound good, that's what I started trying to do. Big used to come to me all the time and be like, man, what did you do to your beat that's different than my beat? And he just had a sample. I had more, I almost had like more
playing over that
different
shit.
things. I could take the bass out, I could do whatever I wanted to do because we played it over, right? And I think that's where people start, it was we ran with it because the song was called Functified, but it was the Isley Brothers record.
That's it.
Oh, so functified.
Yeah, and that's the first time I started rapping on as far as people first time hearing me. And that's because I was in there writing the raps and I was in there writing and I was just playing around. Like I playing around like I'm gonna say this and you say this. And it started going and it was like back and forth. And everybody that was around, it was like, y'all should do that. And I'm like, nah, I don't want to rap. Right? I'm still trying to stick to just I'm a producer. I'm going. I'm doing good. I'm not getting ready to start doing this. We're not getting ready to mess this up, right? But she was
That's
like,
around
nah.
the time they Suge Knight was like, you want producers in your video rapping.
Nah, this was before that.
This was almost that.
He's fast forwarding too much, right?
This was before that. So yeah, so we get to the Functified. Functified come out.
I was there.
And this Brat record go crazy. Functified record go crazy.
Too crazy.
And Brat album, she became the first female solo artist to have a platinum album.
That was crazy, man. Shout out to the Brat, her wife.
Y'all co-wrote that?
Yeah. Because that's when I started, I was writing, but then I started remembering, like, you rap. I already knew what you know what I'm saying? So we just started figuring out our back and forth motion, right? And I write one part and then she'll grab it and understand where I'm going and then she'll just take it from me.
Tip told me Tiny wrote Scrubs.
Yeah.
A scrub is
Her and Candy.
He said he was on the passenger side.
No. I'm sure. I'm sure.
That's crazy. Gag, kiss, gag. I know I'm jumping all.
We
You know, I got
having
some
a
shit.
beautiful conversation. This is very knowledgeable.
I'm with you, brother. I'm with you.
So then like I'm running around now with Brat and I'm rapping. Funkify's big, so I'm performing with her everywhere we go, right? And I'm like, I still don't want to rap, but I'm writing more raps now because I'm hearing myself on the radio and I'm rapping. I'm starting rapping, and then all my friends like Jada, you should make an album, and I'm like, nah, I don't want to make no album. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. But I start making like fake songs in the studio. Like I'll be writing a song. And I'm thinking I'm gonna give it to somebody else, but I damn near finished the song. And my friends would start listening to it in the car, and they're like, "Yo, you should make this a real song." One thing led to the next, to the next, to the next, and then I did my first album, Life in 1472.
You want to know what's crazy is there's something going on down the other side of town. You got the Goody Bomb.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah,
you know what? I'm gonna let you control. Get you ask questions, man.
Are you
Not
not
yet.
listening to this, man?
Not yet.
You speeding ahead of time. You
So they're not
fast-forwarding
ringing off
history.
yet.
Not yet. Nah, not yet. This all like,
How do I know this? And you older than me.
Yeah, this it seemed like that.
Buy a couple of candles.
It seemed
kids.
like
We
that,
already
but
went
nah,
through
it
that shit.
wasn't like that.
You
Like,
gotta stop.
like it's an argument about that now. Like people don't understand. Crisscross came out before Outkast.
Facts.
I know that, but
Yeah,
I
but I'm
didn't
just
know.
saying, like-
I didn't know that Goody Bob and Rico Wade and the family
But
they wasn't cooking up at
But
this.
that's what I'm saying. You got to think about it like that.
Because he in New York.
Crisscross came out before Outkast, so you got to think about where the stretch was, right? It's like this Crisscross and Outkast. So Goody Mob came out after Outkast, after Outkast success. Yeah.
You ain't know that?
Yeah, you ain't know that?
No. I always thought the Goody Mob. That's why we learning. I always thought the Goody. People think I'm signed to Big Pun. You understand? Now there is people. I'm telling you, they asked me. I'm thinking Goody Mob birth Outkast.
Nah, no way.
Okay.
Outkast came out first.
Outkast was first.
Yeah, Outkast came out first, then Goody Mob.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. But that's after. Good timetable.
No, he was
King.
talking to you. Cut him off.
Yes, so we went into this space of me start rapping, and me and Brat start doing like going back and forth, doing things, this, that, and the third, and we did the Sleeping in My Bed remix, right?
That shit was
And when
monster.
we did the Sleeping in My Bed remix. This was like the first song that New York had really ever really embraced that I did. Now you gotta think from this whole time when I was staying here in New York, I had Silk
ain't
Times Leather,
true.
and I took them to see Red. I took the record to Red Alert and Chuck Chill Out, and Chuck Chill Out was like, nah, this ain't nah.
I can't play this.
Take that country shit back.
Chuck still like that.
Oh yeah. So
he ain't changed.
I always had this thing where I
Chuck-
kept trying to
Chuck
get my
be
records
cursing
played in New
dudes
York.
out on the radio 2025.
Chuck still be doing that?
Yes. I listen
he
to
still
him
do
every
that
week
EP?
on BLS.
Yeah, I like that.
He's
I
still
like,
cursing
I like
dudes
that.
out.
I like that. I
He
like
ain't
that.
never changed.
Yeah, but by the way, that just made me just like, I gotta get a record in New York. Like, I gotta get a record in New York. So I wasn't thinking about Sleeping in My Bed being that record, but I always wanted a record that when I got to New York, I turn on Hot 97, I hear my music, right? So Sleeping in My Bed became like one of the hottest records in New York. Flex was playing it at the Tunnel. It was an R&B record. They weren't playing on R&B at the Tunnel, right? He was playing this. He's like, Jada, you gotta come to a party at the Tunnel. Sleeping in My Bed is going crazy, right? So Sleeping in My Bed going crazy. And then we had the photo shoot, The Great Day in Harlem. Remember
I was there.
With all the rappers out there. All the y'all was out there, right?
Looking like a baby on a fucking picture. That's in my store right now in the Bronx.
Yeah.
You looking like a baby out there.
Yeah, so we come to New York and go to Harlem, do this, and then that's when I met Hove, right? And on my way to the shoot, I'm listening to the Clue tape, and Hove took the Sleeping in My Bed beat, and he took my cadence of Y'all Want to Dance, I'm going to Make You Dance. He took all of that and did a freestyle. So then I'm in the car like, oh, this nigga know me.
Yeah, he fuck with you.
I'm like, he really know me. He done paid attention to my whole shit. So I wasn't thinking like when I seen him, I'm going to say, let's make a record. But somewhere in my mind, that's what happened, right? So when I seen him out there, I'm like, yo, I heard you just do my whole little flow on that Clue tape. You need to come to Atlanta, we make a record. And he's like, all right, he gave me his number. So I went back home. All my mind was that I'm going to make this record with Jay-Z. That's all I was thinking about. I'm gonna make this record with Jay-Z. I didn't know what the record was gonna be, but I'm like, I'm gonna make this record with Jay-Z. And
You got one of
long
the
story
ones.
short, he came to Atlanta, and I went to pick him up. And when I'm driving to the airport to pick him up, I'm listening to Can't Knock the Hustle. And when he say deep in the South, kicking up top game, I'm like, he's talking about me. Who is he talking about? I'm riding, I'm thinking he talking about me. He say switching 4 lanes, I'm switching. I'm by the way, I'm in a Bentley.
Oh yeah, you caked up by then.
Yeah, I'm in the Continental T, by the way, not just
Yeah.
a Bentley.
Continental T.
You know what I mean? I'm in the Continental T, going to the airport to pick him up.
Nah, you on
and
the
I'm
Super Bowl.
I'm all out the window. I'm driving like this. I'm doing everything he's saying in there. He's switching 4 lanes, screaming through the sunroof, money and everything. I'm like, this is me. I'm definitely telling you. That's all I'm saying. He talking about me. So as soon as he come out the airport, I say, yo, I'm gonna sample this part. This gonna be our song. And he was like, all right. And he's thinking about what I'm saying. And then all the way down the street to my house, down Old National to my house, he just got quiet. And I guess he zoned in on his verse.
Started writing his
He ain't even
verse.
hit a beat. I ain't played no beat for him. I had an idea. When we got to my house, I hit the beat and I said, this is what we gonna rap over. He's like, all right, let's go. I'm ready. And I was like, what?
Yeah, that's crazy.
How this work? And I thought the shit was gonna be trash. 'Cause I'm saying, ain't no way
Jada
this
would have
nigga wrote
moved
his rap
into your
before.
house. Jada take his time. He'd have moved into your house for a month before he'd give you that verse. You crazy? Jada take his time.
There you go, capping. Now you really
Now I'm capping.
I done flew to Atlanta for other shit and went in studio and gave them verses.
Yes,
All
yes.
right.
Is that a fact or not?
Yes, yes, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I gotta fuck with the guard. But
Yes.
my thing is,
he's one that can catch me. Come over, kiss it.
money
Lay this
ain't
for
a
me.
thing.
Drop this for the brat.
Money ain't a thing.
It's one of them ones.
Up here, it felt like that was the mergence of down south and New York. Like
It was.
you know, it felt like that was the shit.
It was.
And y'all was talking that shit legendary.
Great.
You know, whose idea was the video and all that? The video was crazy.
It was
Everything
me, it was
about
me-
that.
It was me, Hov, and Free. Shout out to Free May. Yeah, we was just like, we was trying to just figure out how to do the dumbest shit we could possibly do at that particular point in time. You know what I mean?
I know.
And we were supposed to have a horse race where we both was riding a horse, but Hov was like, I ain't riding no horse. And I'm like, shit, I'm gonna ride the horse. You can put your girl on the horse, I'll race her. And the way we started talking to each other, that's how the video was. Like, all right, we'll bet 100,000, nigga, let's go. Right? So then everything was just like, let's do it. Let's go over top. So
Yeah.
we wrecking Porsches and everything at the video shoot. Real life.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, so y'all was just
Different
dumbing
kind of-
out.
Another one.
So at what point do you hear Outkast?
Well, Outkast is out at this point. Outkast is out. Like, Outkast came out. Outkast was out. Like I said, Outkast came out right after Criss Cross. So they actually was like Brat, Outkast, and that they in that little era. All of that came out around the same time, like 94. Criss Cross came out in 92. So Outkast, I think, like, they came out, and that's when they won the award at the Source Awards in 94.
I was there.
Yeah.
I was there. That was that night. I was there, brother. I was sitting right behind Outkast. Right in front of Outkast was the 69 Boys. Nas was sitting right in front of me.
So you really remember.
Oh, I'm strapped in the fucking Source Awards. Like, I gotta keep it real with you. I got the animals with me.
Yeah.
I'm up in there, you know what I'm saying? So I saw where Outkast won that award and they just got up, and I was up on Outkast, but I didn't think they were the kings, right? So I knew they was nice. I knew they was repping that ATL. But when they won, who they won against? Wu-Tang? They won against some serious people up there.
That was a new artist award, though, right?
Yeah, but it was around the same time. But when they won, I remember them getting up. They did like a little 1-2 step. They went because they didn't think they were gonna win in New York.
Yeah.
Like so when they won, that was a major. That was like Biggie on stage going, Brooklyn, we did it, we made it, right? It's like when Outkast won, If you wasn't there, you in the ATL, you seen when they won that on TV?
I was there.
Oh, you was there?
Yeah.
So what that must have been like in the whole entire South, where they like the South got something to say.
I mean, for me, I didn't feel it like that because I had already said what I had to say. I had already been saying what the South got to say, right? But this was more or less like, you know, like what niggas don't understand. I ushered in young niggas in rap. When I brought Crisscross in the game, it was no young people rapping. Young people didn't even want to rap, right? It was all old niggas. So old niggas would never give young niggas no credit. Crisscross came out, their first album, they sold 8 million records. So niggas don't ever be like really like talking about this. Like they want to give all Crisscross credit to somebody else. They sold 8 million records at 12 years old.
That's a lot of records, man.
You seen the difference in the demographics of New York hip hop and ATL. Then you went back. You were still young. At 17, you discovered Crisscross.
Yeah.
Did you think it was gonna work? What was you rolling the dice, or what was you going through at that?
Well, Crisscross actually was like the works of me getting to that spot. So I had a group prior that was called Silk Times Leather. That was these two girls.
It was called what?
Silk Times Leather.
Silk
Times Leather.
Silk Times Leather.
Yeah. They actually were the girlfriends of Houdini that I met on tour.
Oh, shit.
Right?
Wow.
So I met them when we was on tour, and they was like, we from Atlanta. And I'm like, from Atlanta? So I was young, and I'm like, shit, y'all can come pick me up. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. Y'all can come drive around. I'm like, I got some girls that I can hang out with now in Atlanta. That's what I'm thinking in my mind.
Yeah.
And then I think Herbie had just put out Salt and Pepper. So this was like girls that was paying attention to this. And some kind of way we started having a conversation, and I never produced a record in my life. And the girls was like, we want to do what Salt and Pepper doing. And I'm like, you should let me produce you. I never did it. I don't know why I even said it, but I just was paying attention to what Herbie was doing, and it seemed interesting. So I started really paying attention to what he was doing. I'm like, he writing the raps, he making the beats, all of this. And I'm like, I could do it. So I started trying to do it, and I did it good enough where I got them a deal. They got signed to Geffen Records, right?
Wow.
So they actually was the first rap group in Atlanta to have a real major record deal.
Wow, you pulled that off, and then you go into Crisscross.
Yeah, so Crisscross.
What happened with them though? And then
So we didn't really have a lot of success, but we had enough success where I got $15,000, so I could get some real equipment because I ain't have no real equipment. So when I got my real equipment, that's when I started making better beats and started getting more and more into it. Then one day, me and the DJ, was a female named Dolamix, we went to Greenbrier Mall. And they had an article in Jet magazine about the female rappers at that particular point in time. And one of the Chris's moms saw Dolamix and was like, I know that girl. I just read about her, right? But I seen the kids and they was walking around the mall and people was paying attention to them. And I'm like,
they had that
what's wrong with me?
Charisma. They had that.
I'm like, I don't know these niggas. I'm thinking they like, they must be on the Disney Channel or something. Like, I'm like, why is people acting like this? So I keep watching them move around. They going in Foot Locker, they going in Foot Action. They doing all the rap shit. I'm like, who is this? And girls is giving them free cookies at the cookie company. And I'm telling you, I'm walking around watching them.
it was lit before lit.
I'm in there. So I'm like, finally walk up to them. I'm like, yo, who are y'all? And I was like, what do y'all do? They like, we don't do nothing. I'm like, why they giving y'all shit and all this in the mall? They like, cause we fresh. And I'm like, oh, wait, what? I'm like, do y'all rap? And they was like, rap? They said that to me like, nigga, who rap?
Yeah.
Who would rap? That's how they said it to me. And I'm like, and my mind just started going crazy. Like, if these niggas rap based on what they got going on, it's over with, right? So then I got their number, and luckily they mom vouched because she's like, he's somebody, because I know that girl that's with him, right? She hadn't put it all together, but she you know what I'm saying? She had one of them New Jack City moments where dude was like, yo, I know that dude, right? So that's what she was doing. She was like, I know him. So I got the number and I start calling him like, yo, y'all come over my house, we gonna start making music. They was like, come over your house. You know what I'm saying? So they was really on some, little hood boys that was like, we ain't going over this nigga house. Like, why we going over his house? So I had to I had to convince them. So I had to go pick them up from school every day and like become their homie, like, and let them see like I'm really fucking with y'all, like,
Bullshit, yeah.
you know what I mean? So we start kicking it, and I start like driving, watching them in the back seat, and I play records, and I play a record like Ice Cube or something was crazy at the time, and they was back there rapping the lyrics like they wrote them. They know this shit. They ain't ever seen the lyrics before. How they know it? They like rapping it like they really rapping it. And I'm thinking like, damn, if I write a song for them and it sound good, like they
could
think
do
it's
it.
Ice Cube, and they learn it like this, they got
That's
this
something,
gotta
yeah.
work. Right? So I just started trying to figure out how that was gonna happen. I wrote so many songs that they hated, and I never got that reaction. I just had to keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And then I wrote this song called Little Boys in the Hood, and they liked it because of the concept.
Sound
Like I had finally got to where they wanted, okay, now you talking about
Some
shit
shit
we
we
want to
like,
talk
yeah.
about. I was trying to do like kiddie shit at first. And I was like, and they started telling me about how they, in they school, kids 12 years old was walking around with their socks, and their socks was doubled up because they had crack in them, selling, you know what I mean? So I started hearing all these stories about these little kids in the hood. So I'm like, you know what, when they be doing the news, they don't never talk about what the kids have to go through and what they see, right? So I started trying to write about that based on what I was hearing them say. And from the deal that I had with Silk Times Leather, I had met this engineer named Joe the Butcher, who actually owned Rough House Records in Philly,
Rough House.
right? So that's the only person I knew in the music industry that I could call and be like, I got a project, right? So I did the Little Boys in the Hood, and I sent it to Joe, and he was like, yeah, I want to sign him. And I'm like, oh shit, we go, you know what I mean? I got it, right? So he gave us a development deal. It wasn't a real record deal. It was a development deal to see if we can make some better records. And like the night before we had to go to Philly to do like record these songs, I wrote Jump. I knew it when I like in the first 29, 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's
I'm
how
like,
them
if they
hits
pull
come
this
out.
off, it's over.
The second you know a hit. When you hear that shit, you just like, yo, this shit jumping. Whose idea was it for them to wear the clothes backwards?
Mine, because like Left Eye was living at my house at the time.
This is what I want to talk about. This is what I want to talk about.
Like Left Eye had came to my house as a rapper from Philly. And
she was from Philly originally.
Yeah, she from Philly. And she met this guy named Ian Burke. And Ian was like the only guy in Atlanta that I knew that was like moving around. He was like an A&R manager / he was everything, right? And if you knew Ian connect you to somebody else. So then Ian called me one day. He was like, yo, I met this girl from Philly. She raps. She a young girl. I'm going to bring her to your house. He brought her to my house. I liked the way she rapped, but I was trying to do the crisscross thing. But I was like, yo, I'm going to fuck with you when I get through this. And I ain't have no deal, but I had all these people believing that I was going to do it. So Left Eye was staying at my house without my mom even knowing. Left Eye was like living in my closet because she didn't really have no place to stay. So she was staying over there. And one of the songs I did for Crisscross, I sampled Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney, The Girl Is Mine, right? And I was thinking like, I could make a song about y'all arguing about Lisa. And then Lisa was gonna rap about the shit, right? And that idea I had, but it never came to life. I kept trying to get it. I couldn't, you know what I mean? But I never couldn't figure it out. And my writing was terrible at that time.
Question I have for you. Who's an artist that you slept on and became a big boy or big girl in the game? That you wasn't ready or things wasn't right. They tried Eminem gave me his demo 6 times. And, we ain't never seen no white boy pop off like that. So I guess I was sleeping. After he blew up, I went to dinner with him. He was like, I gave you my demo 6 times. And I was like, what? And he told me everywhere he gave it to me at. Who's an artist that you could have signed and you was like, damn, or you wished you could have signed?
Well, I mean, I tried to sign Ludacris, but I had a office full of employees, right? And at this point in time, I was feeling like my office felt like I was controlling everything. So I went there one day and tried to have an A&R meeting. And I asked them about Ludacris, and they all said no. And I tried to go with what my office was saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, this is what you're supposed to do. You got to let the people in the office work. They was like, nah, JD, don't sign him. And I'm like,
well,
what?
You know what? They probably slept on him because he started in the radio.
Nah, but I did something for Madden. So the first Madden game with music, I did it, right? And they called me and they was asking me.
More invisible.
They asked me.
Silencer flexing with the silencer.
They asked me for somebody to rap on it that was animated, right? And I'm like, well, I'm not animated like this. But Chris was doing these radio things, right? And I heard him. I kept hearing him do these radio commercials. He was really, really animated, right? And I say, Chris, come do this little Madden thing I'm doing for the video game. And that was the first time me and Chris worked together. But he wanted me to sign him, and I wanted to sign him.